in the lineup. A little bit different spots in the lineup, and they're going to be facing a big right-hander.
Ben Abram, another young arm for Skip Johnson over there. Freshman, got two freshmen going at it in this final game of the series. Ben Abram, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, a four-pitch guy. Really good control for the young man. It's 62 in the third innings, only has the 14 walks, as we saw of Nathan Wiles last night with only 17 on the season.
So Eric Kennedy will be the first Texas freshman to lead in batting average since Eric Weiss. Seen another bunt single in the series for Eric Kennedy, bringing up the total to 8 bunt hits this season. Electric speed. We've seen pop in the bat at times. Just getting started. Third Kennedy brother to play here at the University of Texas, following Ben and Nick. Could end up being the best of the bunch. Dad, longtime strength and conditioning coach, Texas A&M, Tampa Bay Bucks. And Eric Kennedy, well put together freshman.
He's a joy to watch because of his speed. I mean, like you said, the 8 bunt hits, anything chopped on the infield is a possibility of being a hit, and when he hits it in the gap, it's a possibility of being a triple.
Draws the walk. Also a quiet kid. I'm interested to see with him going into next season as the dude, if he starts to be more comfortable in his skin, being a lead figure on this team, and maybe starts to be one of those more vocal leaders.
Yeah, but there's so many different types of leaders, Lowell. I'm not contradicting you, but there are people who are quiet, that go about their business, about how they're on time, they're here, they work all the time, and they're productive on the field. So you can lead by example every bit as much as somebody that has to be vocal. You know, it takes a certain personality to be a vocal leader.
Well, I would argue that they need somebody to say something.
I agree, but I mean, it's still, there are different dynamics of how people in any kind of business out there. You have people that are more vocal, and that's what they do. And they play hard, and they're productive too. But then there's those other guys that just, I know for me, watching guys going about how they went about their business sure taught me a lot about how you go about playing the game.
Off that, program still trying to figure out who's going to be the alpha, be the lead figure, whether it's in a leadership role or production role going forward. Kennedy certainly could be one of those guys. Ellis has another year. It was an all Big 12 type of year for him last season. Takes that to left field. Vujovic going back. He will not make the catch. Kennedy had to stop at second. Here he comes. He's being held up by Allen at third base. And that is the charge that these Longhorns needed. Duke Ellis provides it.
We've seen all season long, Ellis has got really good pop the other way. And he thought he got enough of this to get it out of the park. And
we didn't see the hand go up, though.
Well, short hops the short wall, and tell right there he thought he got quite a bit of it, and then he gets away and down to second base. Great opportunity here, second and third, nobody out in the first.
Set the table for the freshman Lance Ford, who's hitting in the 3 spot for the first time. Texas has not led in this series. Moment McKenna thought about going home, not with Kennedy's speed. He gets the out at first, and Texas on the board 1-0.
That's a real productive out. Not only does he get the run in, but sometimes he gets lost that you didn't move that guy up from second base. Ford does both of them, gets the RBI and moves the guy up. Now you can score without the benefit of a base hit.
All three hitters going up swinging early. First pitch.
Zubia will try to add here.
First, that's a really interesting stat. First lead in this series right now.
They've quickly trailed with OU scoring in the first inning in both games to open the series. That's why that
Activity
0
already
was big for Ty Madden.
Sooner bullpen. Didn't mean to step on you.
Oh, you're
That's
good,
unusual in the first inning to see a
Jared
guy up
Godman.
starting to throw.
Godman up in the pen. I think when you come into the series, it was to be announced who the starter was going to be, and you think you go with the right guy, and all of a sudden he's in trouble in the first inning. You got to get some. Plus, they're going to have a few days off before they get to Oklahoma City, and guys are going to need some work. Just didn't think it would be this early.
Well, I think you'll see both head coaches mix and match if they have guys in trouble. And again, the elements say it's going to be an offensive night.
Texas has not used their most frequent performers out of the bullpen. We have not seen Quintanilla and Fields. They did not pitch in the first game of this doubleheader. We have
Got a gate
a
open.
gate. I believe the bullpen gate may be open down the right field
I
line.
got a ball down there.
Oh,
Got a baseball right down in the corner.
where'd that come from? To center, Ellis is back to tag. Here he comes. The throw from Treadaway will be cut. 2-0. Texas with the early lead. Two productive outs leading to those runs there.
Well, that's all about what Ford did to get the guy in and move him over at the same time. Then with 2 strikes, Zubia gets the job done.
Michael McCann making the final start of his Texas career. Has ended up being a vital piece of this Texas team, which says a lot considering played in 2015, did not make the team in 2016. Pierce gave him a shot, and he hasn't just stuck around on the roster. He's ended up starting a lot of games behind the plate. Split duties with Michael Cantu a couple of seasons ago. DJ Petrinsky did most of the catching last season, but McCann would spell him when he needed. And he's been the rock behind the plate for the Longhorns this season. To Michael McCann. And he's aboard. So for McCann, the average hasn't been what it has been the beginning of his career. Is that a direct correlation to the amount that he has had to play behind the plate?
Well, you know, there are certain things. I mean, he has obviously at times been really tired because he's had to be an Iron Man back there a lot this season. And it plays a factor. There's no doubt.
Yeah, almost you can compare it to, a pitcher in the National League. Sometimes, you don't really want to be on base so much because you have such a demanding job behind the plate. And nobody, for a while, was the backup.
Up the middle, Austin Todd single to center.
This is dead setting on fastball, and Todd gets good extension. Drives it right back through the box.
Another first pitch swing right there for the Longhorns. Really aggressive in this first inning.
Justin Mitchell out to have a conversation, try to settle down Ben Abram. Perhaps give Godman more time to get loose. But this looks like a re-energized Texas team playing with pride. Not ready to end this season without a little fight. Reynolds is hitting .351 with runners in scoring position. Trying to bump that number up. Outside, ball one.
Well, we talked last night in the first game of this series about playing with the lead. Well, this is the first time Texas has gotten a lead in this game. It's just a different feel right off the bat.
Maybe an exhale.
Yeah, I think it relaxes everybody.
Popped up left side. Vujovic coming in. Makes the catch, but Texas takes claim to the lead. 2 runs driven in by Ford and Zubia, and it's 2-0 Longhorns.
Texas Baseball on Longhorn Network is brought to you by Whataburger. The perfectly spicy Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back only at Whataburger.
We are here in beautiful Austin, Texas, as the Longhorns in the final game of 2019 are up to the early 2-0 lead against OU. Final chance to bring out the kids, take the fan to see Texas baseball before that long break. Got summertime, Texas football season, Texas basketball season.
We'll have the Fall World Series.
Yeah, we do. Keep the appetite wet. Justin Mitchell leading off. Inside from Ty Madden. Ball 2. Texas will be keeping its eye on the upcoming Major League Baseball draft. Couple of guys that committed and signed with the Longhorns, expected to go very early in the draft.
It always does change your
changes the outlook of what you got coming in. You remember a strikeout from Madden a few years ago. Josh Bell looked like he would be a lock to end up on campus. That guy's mashing.
He went in the, what, 5th round, but got first-round money.
yeah.
They met his number.
Hitting bombs now for the Pirates.
It went over the batter's eye in Pittsburgh. That's a long way.
That's a long way.
That's almost to Permane brothers.
Yeah. Great ballpark in PNC.
Strike 1 to Tyler Hardman. 4 for 6 in the series. Double and a home run.
takes a long time to get in the box. He's got, and it's part of his MO, his method, and
he's having a conversation with the ump and everything.
Well, the clock was running.
Oof. I don't know where that pitch is at.
So working the straps.
I mean, everybody has, you know, there are guys that really take their time. That's the way they get their focus. If I took that much time, I'd lose focus.
You tighten them up right there. So do they change when you don't even swing?
Talk to Nomar about it.
Nomar was a whole different story.
Down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ty Madden.
Back-to-back-to-back. Finished the first. Getting Lindsley. This one right here, a fastball. Paints the outside corner. Right at the knees. Look at that.
And he wants to work quick. Madden is focused, locked in on the signs from Michael McCann as Zaragoza gets set. And throwing BBs.
And great tilt with it. This is the best rhythm we've seen Ty in a while.
Picking it up. Really a quicker pace.
Yeah.
This is out. Brings us to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
No reason to change. I mean, to talk about it all the time, the hitters aren't catching up. They're fouling balls off over the Texas dugout. You don't need to change, try to trick them. I mean, let's make a nasty curveball, off-speed pitch. Like that. Right there. Ends the first with a punch out. Ty Madden will get Mitchell, Hardman, and Zaragoza.
Struggled offensively in the first 2 games, 12 of 55. Game 3, first inning, 2 of 4, 2 runs. Ford and Zubia driving them in. And a very good start here for a re-energized Texas bunch. Came out, had a clean first inning. Got those 2 runs to take the lead for the first time in the series. Madden just cruised through 3 outs, all strikeouts. And now the Tater, senior from Westlake, leading off here at the bottom of the second. Tate was a little concerned about his mom throwing out the first pitch. Doubted that at any point in her life had she thrown a baseball, but
Do a strike.
this shot looked locked in.
Well, I said it earlier, I have a hard time believing it. You grew up, your kids around Little League Park, mom or dad, and you've never thrown a ball.
There's been a
Shaw
Shaw here
yeah.
for 7 years.
That's just not her thing.
She's been to a few ballparks, I promise you.
Know that, but Tate did not have much confidence in her ability to get it over the plate.
Well, that all changed.
Now she's the ace of the moms. Tate's been fun to watch. One play that jumps out in my mind, the first one with Tate, is his play out in left field a couple seasons ago. Popped up. Treadway calls off Zaragoza, makes the catch in center. But that defensive play where his ribs met the wall out in left field. high impact. He's got that football mentality. Colin and Tate, both football players at Westlake, and was able to bring that in.
First one he hit the light standard. Remember?
Yeah.
First home run of his career.
Light tower power. Mason Hibbler up with one down. Was a late bloomer in high school, undersized. Odessa College gave him his shot. He was a star there. Texas noticed after he grew, developed, filled out. And Hibbler has been a fixture in this lineup for 2 seasons now. Part of the reason why Mateo Boki is also here. Boki was pitching at Odessa College, and they brought Hibbler in for a visit and said, hey, there's a guy on our staff that you need to check out. And it was that man with a smile there. Guy that taught him how to pitch, essentially watching YouTube videos. There we go, Mateo.
He had a little Greg Swindell instruction, too.
Not much, but a little bit over there
in camp, right?
Italy, yes. Dennis Cook has been his coach a couple times.
Sky to left field.
I think he got it.
Vujovic going back. Hibbler with the moonshot. Enjoy that moment, kid.
Left field, get the horns.
Senior moment for Mason Hibbler.
He'll never forget it.
Nor his roommate.
It's underneath that he can tell right there. Hit it pretty good, and then Breeze finishes it off.
And the curtain call for the final time. Maybe. He may have some juice left in him.
That'll be it for Ben Abram. Horns up, coming around second base out there to occupy left field. Mason playing a lot of left field last year, became very acquainted with the group out there. A big smile on the senior.
He's a favorite. Mark Payne and the guys out in occupy left field, and they are loving that moment. And there it is. Curtain call for Mason Hibbler.
You know, you're playing, as you talked about, Zeke, for pride. And you are playing for pride. This is a storied program that's had a tough year. Sometimes almost unexplainable second half of the season. But, you know, seniors, that's a cool thing right there, because that's something that in my last ball game that I've played for the University of Texas, I hit a homer.
Almost hit the moon with it. That ball was up there for a while. Enjoy it.
New pitcher for the Sooners, Jared Godman, will come in for Ben Abram, another freshman from Las Vegas.
Godwin, fastball slider changeup, has 39 2/3 innings. Just 16 walks. Skip Johnson likes to breach those strikes over there. Not many walks. 33 strikeouts.
Sidearm, 3/4 to sidearm arm slot. Will likely create some sink.
Looks like he got a little energy out there too. Slapping that glove around.
Here's Kennedy with one down. First pitch strike from Godman. Kennedy drew a walk his first time up. Was driven in by Lance Ford.
Just enough cloud that don't have that shadow that we usually have at this time of the day in late May.
Kennedy down looking.
That's that fastball, Greg, that starts in off the plate.
Starts at your hip if you're a left-handed hitter, and comes right back over the inner half of the plate. Had thrown him away, a changeup away, and see this one just run right back on the inner half.
Here's Duke Ellis. Just missed a home run his first time up. Settled for a double to left.
This is a max effort guy. And he's slinging it at you.
Up the middle, Zaragoza spinning, firing too high. Hardman off the base, and Ellis is aboard with 2 down.
Zaragoza, excellent defender, does everything he can do. He gets to the ball, but so much momentum carrying that way, gets his head around, just too much elevation on it. It'd be interesting. I call that a base hit.
And that's what it is, ruled a base hit. Zaragoza also knowing he had to move fast with the speed of Ellis down the line. Ford pops up. This should do it.
2 outs, Duke.
And he's being reminded of that as he heads back to the dugout. But Mason to the moon, getting all of that. Hibbler with a shot, and it's 3-0 Texas. Not my office, but a view from Longhorn Network.
Your old office.
The office building.
He moved up. He stepped up to corporate, so he has nothing without.
Right.
He has nothing without a window now.
No, he doesn't even know what time of day it is.
Well, I don't even know what day it is with this series starting on Thursday and this
Friday,
being the
right?
third game, but it's moved up, and it is Friday. Know this, Texas with a 3-0 lead. The final game of the season for the Longhorns. Ty Madden has struck out 4 in a row. Here's the former Longhorn, Brady Harlan. (3-0). Madden trying to get back, and he does. 3-1.
When you get into a rhythm, sometimes you can get ahead of yourself, just get in too quick a rhythm.
And we've seen Elder do that a few times.
And good bounce back from Madden. Payoff pitch coming. To Hibbler. He's going to have to hurry. Close play. Harlan legs it out.
Laid back on it, trying to time his steps, and when he did, then he double clutched. So right there, the double clutch, and Brady Harlan getting down the line. I think we could.
And we're going to have a review
on that one, yeah. I think from that angle, right there, he's out. Toe is almost to the bag.
First review we've had in the series. Is there enough evidence
to overturn it since it was called safe?
from what I saw. That angle's hard to tell when the ball hits the glove, but his foot's still not on the bag till right there. This one will give us a clear one.
I don't know how you overturn that, though.
It's in the glove right now.
Tie go to the runner?
Supposed to, right?
From that angle, he looks out.
There's one he looks out, and one, to me, it looks safe.
Ball and glove, foot just now on the back.
Just think when you look at it, here comes the call. We'll get the official. He is safe.
So infield single for Brady Harlan. And this is the number 9 hitter that really had struggled coming into this series, but has broken out in a big way. 4 for 7 with a home run and 3 RBI. Had the first of the home runs for Oklahoma in the first game of this doubleheader. First pitch strike from Ty Madden. Long hold by Madden.
Well, that's a long pause. Somebody had to call timeout. If I'm running at first base, I'm looking at my hitter going, gotta give me a break here.
Swing and a miss will bring us to 0-2.
Good effort to try to hit that outside corner. I come right back with that same one.
When you're getting a little extra out there, I just keep creeping. Throw it out there a little further.
Harlan will break the throw from McCann. And he got him. They're instructing Harlan to stay on the base to possibly review this, but no, Harlan will now come to the dugout.
Since he's called out with a review, you have to go to the dugout.
Oh, may have got the heel before the lead foot touched the base.
Got the back heel.
Yes, sir.
Good scoop down there by Lance Ford. And quick tag on the back heel before that front foot hits the bag.
And how about the recovery from McCann to make that throw?
Best view might be right here.
The lead foot has not touched. There's the back heel right there.
I think there's enough evidence, I agree with you, to overturn that. Okay. See how it goes.
Well, he was called out, so you're saying he's safe?
Not to overturn.
Okay.
I think there's enough there to confirm.
And the call confirmed. Fine tag by Ford. Block and throw by McCann. Here's Reynolds. Got time to make it, and does. 2 down. Is that an overlooked part of middle infield, the tag at second base?
Oh, yeah, there's some guys that are really good at it, and there's guys that are not very good at it. You're absolutely correct. So many times that in the area, especially now with replay, you got to get the tag on.
This is Vujovic with 2 outs. Madden falling behind 2 balls, no strikes. Vujovic with a ground out to Ford. On a really nice play by Ford to start off this game. To left. Kennedy secures it. Nothing on the board for Oklahoma. We got 4, 5, 6 due up for the Longhorns. This is what a rivalry is based on. Some good old-fashioned dislike. Some may call it hate. Texas OU. Doesn't matter the sport. It's going to be heated, and it's going to mean a little bit more. Texas trying to avoid the sweep at the hands of OU to wrap up the 2019 season. Back in 1895, they started playing baseball here on the 40 acres. 36 trips to Omaha, 6 national titles. 10 trips for Oklahoma with 2 national championship wins. You guys have been a part of this storied rivalry. What is it like?
Back when we played, it wasn't conference games.
Yeah.
Just kind of got together occasionally, but still, the football game set up everything. It's always been a very competitive and a lot of fun. You had a lot of guys. I had a lot of friends that played for OU, so it was fun going up against them. Played summer ball with them. Played summer ball for Coach Bollinger up in Liberal, Kansas, who coached at OU.
I went to, remember Stan Meek?
Oh, yeah.
Went to Japan, represent the United States with him.
So nowadays, guys probably talk trash primarily through social media and texting. How would you guys stir the pot a little bit in your playing days?
Shoot them down from 60 feet 6.
That was just it? Nothing to lead up?
Yeah, you couldn't. I mean, you really didn't call them on the phone. You just let when the game started. Back then, John, you could jaw. You go back and forth. The umpires didn't mind. Now you get to saying something, and the umpires kind of jump in and tell you that's enough.
So it's a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
In the way they let you guys play.
Oh, we would get mean.
And some guys would have rabbit ears,
Yeah.
too.
And you knew who did.
Did anybody ever hurt your feelings, Zeke?
Not mine.
No.
You sound a little skeptical about that.
Oh, no.
Not sure.
No,
Okay.
I was part of the other side of it.
Did you? So you hurt many feelings?
Maybe. I never asked.
Were you trying to hurt feelings?
I was trying to get in their head. If it hurt feelings, maybe. So be it.
Who was the best trash talker you guys played with?
You know who was really good? Robert Gant.
Turner's dad, huh?
Yes, he was awesome. He had that voice that was loud. It could carry a little bit. Oh, yeah. We were playing the Aggies here one day, and third baseman had made about his 4th or 5th error, and he threw about 7 gloves out on the warning track. Oh, yeah.
I've seen the Wild Bunch fans.
Harlan giving it a run, makes the catch in foul territory.
Ride some players to the point of they were not having any fun.
Yeah, there was nothing against it. Now the umpires will jump in and say, all right, that's enough.
Have we become too sensitive to it? Or did there need to be a line drawn?
I didn't think there needed to be a line. So people must be sensitive.
Well, the way you play, I don't think there's any sensitive to it, but you could stop people.
Oh, yeah.
From doing it,
Right.
because the way you stop people is, okay, that's the way you feel. See if you can catch this one as it lands 420 feet from home plate.
But then the game ends, and is it back to normal immediately?
Oh, yeah.
You see your buddies?
Buddies. But you really weren't mean to your buddies. You just kind of ragged them a little bit.
You save the good stuff for the guys that weren't your buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, it got worse. If you could tell you were getting to them, they had those ears, it got worse.
Poured on.
So if you just ignored and went on, it would slow down. Well, we're not doing anything. We're not affecting it.
3-1. McCann looking for something to rip. To the left side. Where? Down low, and it gets away from Hardman. McCann thinking two, no one is there. McCann's on second base with one out. Having himself a really good swung song here at the Dish.
Ware going to his left might have taken a little bit too much time to gather and then tries to sidearm it. Hardman couldn't come up with it. He has a long way to go to get it, but right here, you go that far, you got to get it out. I think he looked up and saw where McCann was and sort of made him rush it.
Do a two-seamer, sinker over there.
E5.
First error of the series for OU. That brings up Austin Todd. Todd keeping that bat moving. His pre-swing. Singled up the middle, his first time up. Todd hitting .343 with runners in scoring position. Won't chase there, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Brian Reynolds on deck.
I think you turn him loose here. Taking all the way.
A guy like Godwin, he's got good movement on the fastball and the slider. Figured it could be a good count where you could get the straight one.
.3-1 with one out.
Oh, no.
McCann back to the bag.
What's Sneaky doing?
Sneaky is going to stay put.
He's trying to dodge the throwback here.
We got sunglasses up top and regular glasses
The readers.
What do we got here? I'm sure the sunglasses are prescription as well.
Reynolds is 0 for 1, flew out to left. That comes very close to hitting Reynolds. Texas with 2 in the first. Driven in by Ford and Zubia. Hibbler, the home run in the second. Texas trying to add another here in the bottom of the third. And they may have just done that. How about 2 more for Ryan Reynolds?
Well, he gets great extension on it. Get that count in the right favor. Looked like a changeup. It stayed up.
And they'd gotten Ryan out a few times this weekend on that changeup. That one stays up. He lifted it up. Put it right under the scoreboard.
This is what you wanted to see in this third game. Talked about it, pride, the fight, go all out to wrap it up, and Reynolds does. It's a tank.
Slugging percentage jumped out in the lead. I mean, you would like to have done this in game 1. Instead, you got to give the Sooners a lot of credit. They did exactly what Texas is doing here in game 3. Is what they did to Texas in game 1 and 2.
Zaragoza makes the play. That wraps it up. But the Horns have scored in every inning. 3 of those runs courtesy of the long ball. The latest, Ryan Reynolds going deep and adding for the Longhorns. 5-0 Texas.
The eyes of Texas.
Put on the glove, go back to work. Ryan Reynolds has been steady in the field. Offense coming along at the right time. That was a blast to right center, giving the Longhorns the 5-0 lead. Defense has been sensational since day 1 here at the University of Texas. And Ty Madden now, how does the youngster look working with the 5-run cushion as we start off the top of the 4th? Inside to Tanner Treadaway. So far, so good for Ty Madden.
I mean, he's been, I guess, effectively wild. I mean, he's fallen behind a little bit, but he's been able to fight back. So again, 2-0 to start this inning. But the ability to make the pitches after falling behind, not just giving in. Velocity's still good.
He's got nearly 42 innings of work in his collegiate career. 21 walks. He would like to cut that down. That's 1 every other inning. He would like to get to a spot where you're walking 1 every 3 innings.
4-pitch walk to open up the 4th. Treadaway on for the 2nd time tonight.
And not the part of the order where you want to give the free passes.
Not with Briley Ware stepping up.
Bullpen headed that way.
I would think we might see some seniors with an opportunity in this ball game.
Phil Haig on his way out after 5 in a row out of the zone from Ty Madden.
Briley Ware, 1 of 4 home runs. in the first game of the doubleheader. Out to left, McKenna, Lindsley, and Hardman. Also with the long balls for Oklahoma. I believe that was Cole Quintanilla getting up for Texas. Taking their time with the warm-up. And that's through the hole in the left side. An aggressive turn. Here comes Treadaway. And he's there. He opened up the throttle before hitting second base.
Well, the play's in front of you, and you see Kennedy's playing deep and doesn't really come in too hard for that ball, not expecting Treadaway to take third, and he does. I think the depth that Eric was playing out there, it was almost to the warning track.
Rightfully so.
Not as much now.
This is Brady Lindsley. Sooners on the corners, no outs. First real threat that the Sooners have put together in this game. Did have a runner in scoring position in the first. It was also Treadaway off a single and then a wild pitch.
Sometimes you can see pitchers hit a wall. It seems like somewhere around the 55 pitch mark that at this point it's not coming out of his hands.
Popped up. McCann loses the mask.
Almost a one-hand backhand play there on the third row. And with the OU hat on, you don't hear about it. That gray OU hat, backhanded it, tried to one-hand it.
It's coming right there. He's reaching up right there. Let me reach up. Try to get it with one hand.
That's a tough catch.
Could have caught it with those biceps.
And OU is on the board. Lindsley up the middle. That will score Treadaway, and it's a 4-run game.
This is a really nice job. We talked about Lindsley earlier. Stays back, short, come back. Barrel of the bat, starts at the top. Watch it finish down and through it right there. Barrels that ball up. There will be some activity with a purpose in the Texas bullpen.
Cam Fields was throwing down there along with Tristan Stevens starting to play a little catch.
Shaw plays up, expecting bunt. That's what we see. But it's a first pitch ball from Todd Madden. Falling behind the count. Living dangerously when you're doing that. So Madden really had not gone very deep in games. Went for 7 and a really outstanding performance at Stanford. And after that was limited. Of course, had some shoulder soreness. But it has only been in the last 2 outings where he's really started to extend himself, going 4 1/3 at Kansas, and before that 6 innings here at home against West Virginia.
Pitch counts really affect Ty Madden. He throws a lot of pitches, not too many 3 and 4 pitch at bats.
Yeah. When that does to you, it takes something out of you. The defense will move back with 2 strikes.
Lifted to center. Ellis is going back. And Ware is going to try to take third, deep enough to get the big boy there. So an effective out by Justin Mitchell. Sent that ball a long way.
He's been their big RBI guy all season long for the Sooners.
Tyler Hardman. Also with a home run in the first game of today's doubleheader. .42 driven in by the number 6 hitter for OU. Madden trails once again 1-0. Hardman has driven in 4 runs so far in the series. 4 for 7, double and a home run. And it's 3-0.
Walk right here brings the tying run to the plate.
Walk right here will probably bring David Pierce out of the dugout.
We'll see what happens, as that is a walk to load the bases with 1 out. This has been around the time in games where Madden has hit that wall.
Not too much movement.
Bases loaded, 1 out. This is Brandon Zaragoza. First pitch strike in there from Ty Madden. In the dirt, make it 1 ball, 1 strike. Ware on third, Lindsley on second, Hardman on first.
Well, this is the best pitch of the at-bat to hit as a hitter right here. You got a guy that's been struggling. You can zone out that fastball right now. Now it's still firm, but try to get it in a spot you can handle.
Folks, here in Austin trying to help the freshman out. 2-1 to center field. Ellis threw the ball. Here comes Ware. Instead, the throw will go to third base. The Sooners add another on a sac fly to center by Brandon Zaragoza.
This was an unorthodox slide at third base, to say the least.
I don't know what happened down there. Almost as if he got caught in between sliding and not sliding.
He's coming to third right here. Ellis has got the tag. Here comes the throw. I'm not sure why it was cut. There might have been a play at third, but he was in between going face first and feet first, and he went body first.
He made it. 2-0. Madden now at 80 pitches. Falling behind. It's been the issue for Madden. First pitch strikes to only 6 of the 17 batters he's faced. Cam Fields is up, should be warm. And we will see Cam Fields as that will end it for Ty Madden. David Pierce is out after the second walk to load the bases this inning.
Now 2 walks in the inning, major part, and 3 walks in the inning. Can't get through the 4th. 5-2 Texas.
Texas going to the bullpen with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Cam Fields taking over for the freshman Ty Madden. We saw him at his best with those 4 Ks coming in a row, but control issues, long at bats, 2 walks this inning, both to load the bases.
Yeah, you see the stuff. The stuff's there. He had 4 strikeouts in a row at one point, but it's pitch count, long counts, not getting quick outs is what hurts Ty Madden. He exits the game with 3 2/3 innings, still responsible for all 3 runners. Cam Fields will enter the ball game right now for the Horns. He's shown flashes of brilliance as well, the 35 strikeouts in the 25 innings. Only 18 hits. Command at times has been his issue as well. Right now, looking to get the ball over the plate, just need 1 more out and stop this inning. OU, a base hit, can get right back in it.
Yeah, the opponent's batting average against Cam, only 196 on the year. So and he throws strikes. He's been effective.
Can't overlook the number 9 hitter, Connor McKenna. He's already gone yard in this series, really was struggling coming into it, but has got right quickly. So 2 outs, bases loaded. Lindsley at third, Hardman at second, Harlan at first. First pitch for a strike.
That's easy. Get me over right there.
And Fields quickly up 0-2.
Trust your catcher right here.
Yep.
We've seen Cam throw that nasty one that stays on the plate. It's on the plate, but down in the turf. All Michael McCann needs to do is block it and step on home plate.
There
Block
it
and
is.
step on home plate.
Follow the directions of Greg Swindell. A big out right there for Cam Fields, coming in with the bases loaded. 2 outs, holding on to a 3-run lead. McCann does the job. Texas holding on to the lead. First 16 innings, which was the first 2 games of the series against OU. 2 runs for the Texas Bats, no extra base hits. But through the first 3 for Texas in this game, 5 for 14, 5 runs. Those 3 extra base hits, a double by Ellis, and home runs by Mason Hibbler and Ryan Reynolds. And here is Hibbler leading off. Got it way off like that, but had a little more carry last time. But that was the same launch angle, if you will, Keith Moreland, of the ball that got out.
You know he's thinking right there as soon as it left his bat, I did it again.
It's too high.
Possibly. What do you mean too high?
Too high. Just underneath it. First makes contact. Not sure, though, right there. And then you realize, I didn't get enough of it.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Eric Kennedy. 0 for 1, struck out looking. Drew a walk, scored the first run of the game.
Set on a pitch right here. Something you can drive. More than likely, this is a heater. Didn't have to be a strike. but was called a strike.
Ripped to right field. A knock for Eric Kennedy.
Spinning breaking ball.
Yeah, that's the one from the side armors that can get you in trouble right there.
Start the bat forward, speeds the bat up. And what I mean by that, you're thinking it's fastball, and what it does is it allows him to get out in front on a ball he's trying to hit back through the box. And rips it to right.
Duke Ellis 6 for 9 in this series.
I'd like to see Eric take off right here.
9 for 11 in stolen bases is Eric Kennedy. Oh, you may be thinking the same thing.
I would have thrown over.
3 times.
At least. Just 2.
Okay. It's going from the set position and then on the way up. Now does he come set and hold? That was a long pause.
A couple of deep breaths in there with it.
Now see if he doesn't come set and go quick.
Kennedy staying put. And it's now 3-0.
You seen the 3-0 steal before?
Haven't. You?
Yes. Oklahoma thinking about it.
Duke thought he had himself a 4-pitch walk. Dale Luker says, no, you don't. And I think Duke was in the right. Start taking that trot down first.
It was out. Close enough.
There goes Kennedy, and Duke Ellis delivers. Kennedy into third, and Duke Ellis, his third base hit of the evening.
Have a series. Have a night. Goes with it right there. Good swing by Duke. Not trying to pull, going with it. You talked about going the other way is his strength. And right there. Kennedy on the move. 7 for 10.
Here comes Skip Johnson. With 2 on and 1 out.
He's already made the call.
Evening is done for Jarrett Godman, new pitcher for the Oklahoma Sooners. We'll meet the new Sooners pitcher when we return.
The eyes.
Final game of the season for the Texas Longhorns, and they are up on Texas, or no, OU, 5-2 And a new pitcher for the Sooners, it's Legend Smith, sophomore from the state of Oklahoma, coming in for Jarrett Godman. He's coming in with 1 out and with a runner on third and a runner on first.
Binger, Oklahoma?
Yes.
Sounds about right.
See his numbers right there. First thing that jumps off the page. Good strikeout to walk ratio. He's given up more hits than innings pitched, but he's limited the damage.
So Kennedy on third, led off with 1 out, singled to right field, and Duke Ellis just delivering a single to left center. Lance Ford will be the batter. Ford drove in the first run, ground out to second base in the first inning.
Anticipation right there. It was going to be very difficult. Anticipate that breaking ball in the dirt and keep the double play. Right now it's still in order.
Big move over to Duke Ellis at first. One 0 to Lance Ford. Chop foul.
Can sink to that.
See too many sinker slider lefties.
You don't. Most times slider and a change.
Bunt is going to work. And look at this. Ellis sees third base vacant, but is punched out. The run scores, though, and Texas is able to add another. Lance Ford dropping it. Kennedy breaking for home. And Texas able to add. (6-2), Texas over OU. Welcome back to the Dish. Texas with the 6-2 lead over Oklahoma here in the top of the 5th. We welcome in David Pierce, head coach of Texas baseball. Coach, what are you seeing from your guys in this third game?
Well, I mean, we're swinging the bat, and so far that's been the key. Couple of long balls, but just being aggressive right now, even aggressive on the bases. A lot of good things offensively. We just got to pound that zone right now.
You're talking about that, but I want to spend just a second talking about these 6 guys that you were out there. And it's always an emotional day when you have those 6 seniors leave.
No doubt. I mean, those guys have been a backbone in this program. And I mean, they've done so many things right for us. And our support staff as well with our student managers and student trainers. I mean, they just put in so much time. But, I mean, to see our guys graduate, that's part of it. When you talk about student athletes, those guys are great examples of student athletes.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Kemp Field's back to work. Vujovic leading off for the Sooners, and it's 1-1 count. So Texas has scored in every inning thus far. Really aggressive sequence there that we just saw unfold, starting with that bunt.
Well, I really believe that Ware was coming to the plate and stumbled and then had the presence of mind to get an out and then get back to the bag.
Leadoff walk issued to Vujovic. He's on for the first time in this third game.
They've scored in every frame, built the lead. As Coach Pierce just talked about right there, got to pound the zone. And then just stuff is there. It's just all about strikes.
It didn't even look the same. Then he came out against McKenna, just firing strikes, and right there, couldn't find them.
And that's what Fields has really struggled with. Wild pitches, some of them that are not even close. Vujovic moving up to second.
That's a spike and a fastball.
And it's 2-0.
Get to a balance point, Greg. I mean, just to sort of break pitching down, to repeat a delivery, you try to get your body in the same position on every pitch.
He's been able to get there. That hasn't been the problem. Cam's athletic. He doesn't fall off the mound. Everything goes towards the plate. It's just an inconsistent release point.
And it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Tanner Treadaway with Briley Ware on deck.
Used to have a pitching coach once. Country guy said, wash, rinse, repeat.
Back-to-back walks to start off the 5th. Fields going out there working with a 4-run lead. This can change quickly with these batters for OU coming up. Ware, Lindsley, and Mitchell.
They've done some damage this weekend. It's really not weekend. We haven't got to the weekend yet.
What is typically a weekend
Yes.
in Big 12 play. Ware coming off a fantastic defensive play over at third base. You guys pointed out he's going to go home. Mishandled the baseball, went to first, got the out, somehow got all the way back to third to tag out Duke Ellis as he tried to stretch it.
Well, as he got back to third, backpedaling, the throw had to be, there's a ball.
Yeah, Fields knew it.
It's a third balk called in this series on Texas pitchers.
Well, this one, I mean, if nobody's holding the runner on, did he step off is maybe what they're going to ask. But no, he just turned and nobody there. Fortunately, he didn't throw the ball. So if you throw the ball, it's a live ball.
Yep.
And so David Pierce was out to ask the crew to confirm it was a ball.
Could be time could have been called somewhere.
It will stay as a balk. Yeah. So have to throw over to first base.
Yeah, you have to throw it unless you step off first.
That's it for Cam Fields.
You know, mentally, sometimes it's hard to push through. I mean, the expectations of the weekend, the expectations that were set, Greg, at the beginning of the year, with the way this team played. But I think at some point during the year, this is a club that it really grinded through some things, did some good things well, and then all of a sudden, if things don't go your way, you start feeling sorry that you don't have David Hamilton. You start feeling sorry you don't have DJ. So you just, I think the frustration built up at times on this club, and then when things didn't go well, they couldn't overcome it.
Well, that's true. I mean, it snowballed, and you start pressing as a player. You put a little extra pressure on yourself. But this right here is a situation where you just walk two guys. You know there's runners on first and second.
It's just a mental lapse.
You still want to try to pick the guy off.
But a pretty consistent one at that in the slide. Texas has still looked good at times. They've built leads.
Yeah, the bullpen, we gave the numbers. That's one of the glaring things that you look in the second half of the season. You know, coming out of the consistency out of the bullpen, not being able to have that one guy that you know you could go to close the game out.
And they thought they had that. The beginning of the season, they thought they had that with Fields and Quintanilla. They were brilliant to start off the year. But then, for some reason, struggles.
It's been times where Cam was the guy. He did it for a few games. Cole did it for a few games. Tristan Stevens came in and did it for it. No one has been consistent the whole season. Mateo Boki's been that guy lately. Yeah, he's given up a couple home runs, but he's coming and throwing strikes.
And we know every year there's going to be turnover on the roster. And we've talked about how much they have missed certain guys, like a Cody Clemens. What we don't talk about enough is the importance of a guy out of the bullpen like a Parker Joe Robinson a season ago. They called him Houdini for a reason. And you're going to have to be, as a relief pitcher, in situations that aren't necessarily comfortable, where your back is against the wall. They had a guy in Parker Joe that could get out of more of those situations than he wanted. So Tristan Stevens in now. He's facing Briley Ware. After two straight walks and a balk, has put runners on second and third with nobody out. That's not the way you want to start it off.
I understand the breaking ball. Two runners on. In scoring position with Briley Ware up. Just held on to it a little too long.
Stevens went one inning. In game one, came in for Bryce Elder. Pitched the seventh. No hits, no runs, one walk. One to Ware. And it's 1-2.
Well, those are two really good breaking balls after he spiked the first one. It's got options here.
Well, that's his out pitch. Slider is his out pitch.
And there is that first out. Stevens with the strikeout as Ware goes down swinging.
Went with the straight one, straight down. The fastball just runs underneath the bat of Briley Ware. Good angle.
Lindsley's turn now against Tristan Stevens. First pitch ball.
Changeup. think we'll see a breaking ball here. Back to back. Hasn't showed him the slider in the at-bat.
Count runs full.
To go back to the change here.
It's the one that's worked for him in this at bat. He's got the swing and miss.
Pop to right. Vujovic back on the base. It's shallow. He will not tag. And there's 2 down.
First 2 outs you come in and get are usually, I wouldn't say easiest, but you get them quick. Now they've got 1 final out to get out of this inning without any damage. Toughest one to get.
Sometimes you have guys that relax. Okay, I can do it now.
Swing and a miss by Justin Mitchell.
And a lot will try to get ahead of themselves and finish them too early. End up making a mistake.
Fouled it off himself, and it's 0-2. Mitchell is one of the OU bats that has struggled in this series. 1 for 9 against the Texas Herders. 0-2, 2 outs. Started off with back-to-back walks and a balk. Put Sooners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
Got to be ready to block it again.
One, 2. Swing and a miss. Tristan Stevens. That is how it is done.
Tristan Stevens comes in, runners on 2nd and 3rd, gets 3 in a row. He's fired up.
Oh, is
Back
that
here.
your office?
No, that is not. That's the office building. We've gone there. We've established that.
But we're going to keep going. We only have 4.5 more innings to go.
No telling how long these 4.5 go. It is 6-2. Texas over Oklahoma. Loa Galindo here with my guys, Keith Moreland and Greg Swindell. The new guy on the mound for OU is Aaron Brooks.
Sophomore pitcher for the Sooners. ERA right above 6. Fastball, curveball. Lefty's just $0.74 off of Mr. Brooks this season.
Zach Zubia will lead off.
Righty's 244.
Longhorns have scored in every inning. Lost the first game of the doubleheader 13-0 in 7 innings. Had a couple hours to regroup. And they have come out strong. Ty Madden, the key 0 put up in the top of the first after Oklahoma had struck first The first 2 games of the series, Texas just as important, coming back in the bottom of the first with RBIs from Ford, and this man with the bat, Zach Zubia, to give Texas the 2-0 lead, the first lead of the series for the Longhorns. 0-2. Back-to-back balls from Aaron Brooks. Zubia to short. Zaragoza turning and throwing for the first out.
Ball hit a little harder than he thought. Had to go back a couple steps to make a strong throw to first.
There's Michael McCann. 0 for 1. Reached on an error last time up. Took second on that errant throw. Defensively, has cut down a runner. Trying to take second. To right. Harlan on it for the second out.
First time in the ball game, the Sooner pitcher has retired one of the first 2 Longhorns that have, or both of the first 2 Longhorns that have come to the plate in the inning.
Inside to Austin Todd. I mean, way inside. Todd fouls that off. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A couple of home runs tonight. Reynolds and Hibbler.
Brooks has a 12-6 break on his curveball.
To Austin Todd. Up the middle. That's a senior. A single for number 44.
Work to get a good hitter's count. You're pretty much going to get a fastball. And Brooks challenged him. Austin did a nice job getting his hands down inside. Watch him come into his body and get the barrel to the ball.
Second single of the night for Austin Todd. Ryan Reynolds now with 4 home runs on the season. Went to the scoreboard out in right center. This was that shot back in the 3rd.
Didn't quite go to Marty Pattyville. left of that.
Todd will move up to second. On a wild pitch from Brooks.
Reynolds did swing. Tried to check. Not sure what sign they're using with the man on second base. That's one of those things we used to say in pro ball. You work on that in spring training.
Another one in the dirt. Todd now standing on third. Brooks struggling with the control. Another wild pitch.
Video screen up on the scoreboard and left. But the game footage going live up there.
Two-1 to Reynolds. And Justin Mitchell is really having to work behind the plate this at bat. Two wild pitches. And that one that caused Mitchell to get down into block mode. Way outside, and a two-out walk. Zach Matthews is getting warm in the Oklahoma bullpen. And Skip wants to see him right now. That will do it for Aaron Brooks. Got two quick outs of Zuby and McCann. He gave up a single to Austin Todd. A couple of wild pitches. And a walk to Reynolds. Two Longhorns on. Two outs. New pitcher for OU when we return.
Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? At Touch of Modern, watches don't...
New pitchers for Oklahoma. As Texas with the 6-2 lead. Two outs here in the bottom of the fifth, but a couple of Longhorns on. Aaron Brooks gives away to Zach Matthews, another sophomore from the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, just over 22 innings, 27 strikeouts, only 4 walks. Everything is firm from the sophomore. He can get it up there in the mid-90s with the fastball and upper 80s with a cutter. Everything firm.
He's going to face Tate Shaw. Austin Todd on third, Ron Reynolds on first. Longhorns have scored in every inning. Trying to add a little more insurance here in the fifth. Oklahoma clinched the series. That 13-0 win in the first game of the doubleheader. Took game one as well. And the game one win secured their spot in the Big 12 tournament. Texas needed to at least win the series and then get Kansas to sweep Kansas State for a spot in Oklahoma City. After dropping the first two, that means the season will end with this game tonight. Texas with a win can get to 500 though to wrap up the season. First pitch to Austin Todd is low.
Mid-90s with that heater right there.
95 on our screen, 97 on the scoreboard.
To the right side, McKenna makes the play. And for the first time, Longhorns close out an inning with no run. It's 6-2 Texas after 5.
Every time it's been way too long. A Corona gets its line. Every time you're not related, but you're definitely family. Every time you meet from across the party. Every time all of us is all we need. And every time your favorite place is more about who than where. A Corona gets its line.
What starts here creates leaders and sparks our future. What starts here lights our way. What starts here leads to answers to the world.
Here in Austin, game 3 between OU and Texas. Sooners have taken the series. Texas, though, with the 6-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. And we welcome in the head coach of OU, Skip Johnson. Skip, your guys have taken the series. What have you liked the most about the way your team has performed?
Just separating balls from strikes. We did a really good job in the first 2 games and getting the lead early. And that's big for us because we can execute if we get the lead early.
Kind of along the same lines. You've had the good starting pitching. You've had the power this week. What's the biggest thing you'll take from this weekend into Oklahoma City?
Just picking each other up. I mean, that's the biggest thing that we talk about is attitude and picking each other up and not giving the bats away and trying to attack the strike zone.
Skip, thanks for all your time. Great to see you as always.
Good to see you guys. Thanks a lot.
They've got their spot in Oklahoma City. Sooners can finish as high as 5th in the Big 12 standings. Tristan Stevens back out. Tyler Hardman leading off. First pitch swinging to Austin Todd for the first out here at the top of the 6th.
Stevens comes in and does a marvelous job of getting out of the 5th and gets the first out here in the 6th.
One pitch.
Was a good way to start.
And the 5th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd with no outs. And bring in Stevens from the bullpen. Strikes out the first batter. Gets a fly out to right. A shallow one that was not deep enough to allow OU to tag and score. And gets another strikeout to wrap up the inning. Starts ahead to Zaragoza. After that ball, it's 1-1. Zaragoza with the sac fly to center, drove in a run. Chance for Hibbler, the backhand, quickly throws to first and makes the play.
Yeah, senior having quite a night. This is one of the best plays we've seen him make it short all year. He gets to it, knows he's got a fast runner. It's got to go quickly. Feet get together. Ball comes out of his hand, accurate throw to get the runner. It's gone deep.
clean exchange right there.
Yes, it was.
Two down for Tristan Stevens. As Stevens has retired all 5 batters he's faced. And it's 1-1 to Brady Harlan. One-two. After that is fouled back.
He doesn't go to that breaking ball right here.
Do you like the change? Like the breaking ball?
I like the breaking ball.
You got it.
Stevens can't make the play. Here comes Hibbler. Would have been tough.
Just
and Harlan is aboard.
Just left it up too much. I mean, it's not the one that bites down where you swing over the top of it. It just stayed up enough that Harlan was fooled.
Yeah. Just chopped it out in front. Stevens falling off a little bit to the first base side. Couldn't get back to it. When he did, once he touched it, you weren't going to get Harlan.
Second single for Harlan. Here's the number 9 hitter, Connor McKenna. He's had a good series offensively and defensively. And it's 2-0 to the number 9 hitter.
We're running 3-0. I asked you about that.
Still haven't seen it.
Strike from Tristan Stevens. Approaching longest outing of the season. 22 appearances for Stevens. The longest was 2 1/3 against Kansas State on April 14th. Not going to be too much more wiggle room, if any at all, as Phil Hay comes out to converse with Texas readying an arm in the pin.
We saw it earlier. Phil went out and made a pitching change.
I don't think he's making a change right here. Taking a little bit of a breath and back to the top of the order.
That is Colby Kubicek. Ready and waiting. As Keith mentioned, back to the top of the lineup and Jordan Vujovic. What do you think about Stevens staying out?
Well, I mean, he's just a breather. This is what he needed right there. His stuff is still good. It's all about that first strike. He hasn't been able to find it.
Can't get it there. Misses low to make it 1-0. Comes back with a strike. Now 1-1. OU with good speed on second. And Brady Harlan. Now 1-2. Stevens strike away from ending this, keeping it a 4-run lead for the Longhorns. Swing and a miss. Tristan Stevens getting out of it. 2 innings of work out of the pen for Tristan Stevens and delivering when Texas really needed him to. 4-run lead for the Longhorns. Back here at Austin, traffic on I-35, what's new? Friday night here at the ATX.
That's not traffic.
Look, the cars are moving.
That's cruising
15 miles per hour on the interstate.
I will take that on I-35.
There you go.
Well, that's a statement on the state of I-35.
Yeah, that's getting after it.
Traffic in Austin.
On a Friday. I think Mason's trying to go deep every time.
Well, he's had the high arcers the first 2 times up. First one caught the breeze and got out. Second one maybe a little too high. Outside by Zach Matthews. This is the moon landing by Mason Hibbler.
Get up.
Oh!
Get out. Turn up the volume right now because there's some velocity. Oh. Cutter right there at 92. Late cut on it right here.
Down in the zone, right there. Just a little depth to it. Just the second strikeout for Texas in this game.
Here's the leadoff man, Eric Kennedy. He was the other strikeout victim. That was against Godman. Back in the second. He's reached on a walk. And with the single to right. And it's 2-0.
98 on the scoreboard zone.
Approaching those triple digits.
Kennedy to left. Vujovic going back and makes the catch. Kennedy giving it a good ride.
It just gets off his bat. Matthews supplies some power. Just put a good swing on it. Good job getting back there by Vujovic.
Booyah! Here's the Duke of Nacogdoches. Duke Ellis, 7 for 10 against the Sooners. 3 for 3 in this game. Duke Ellis is a ball of energy. The guy that keeps dugout, the clubhouse loose. Always up to something. Whether it be air guitar, dance moves, or signature shoulder rolls. Ellis is in constant movement. Ellis providing Texas with one of the 3 walk-offs this season. Austin Todd and Tate Shaw, the other 2. And he had the hipster cat shirt that he got from Ryan Reynolds on his walk-off. (3-1). Ellis aboard yet again. Duke Ellis, a perfect 15 for 15 and stolen bases this season. At a close call Tuesday night against Incarnate Word. Initially called out. They reviewed, overturned that call, and it remained perfect. Big yawn from Philip Miller over there in the first base coach's box. Been a long day of baseball.
That is a difficult play. You're expecting the throw to be down low to make a tag, and all of a sudden it's above your head with some giddy up on it.
Duke is gone. Here's the throw from Mitchell. It's high. And Duke Ellis remains perfect, making 16 for 16 for the junior speedster.
He gets a good first step. Turns, looks in, sees the throw high, thinks about it. I better stay right here.
Opportunity for Lance Ford. Looking for the 2-out RBI. Extend the lead to 5. Matthews back over the plate to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 96 on our gun, 98 on the Texas gun.
You can break a mid in pretty quickly with that. velocity as a hitter. It's about being short. The longer you are, the tougher it is to catch up.
Low and in, and it's 2-2. 20 pitches now for Zach Matthews. Entered to get the final out of the 5th. Foul.
Get that cutter in on the hands. The only place you can hit that is pull it foul, but that's what you got to do. You commit, you got to go get it. Go ahead and pull it foul. Live to see another pitch.
Two to lands 4. Down low, and the count is full with 2 outs.
Matthews with his overall, though, has done a pretty good job. Only walked 5 batters. 23 innings of work.
To right field, Ford. No, went about a mile high, and off the bat it looked really good. But will not get the 3rd home run of his freshman season. We're done with 6. 6-2 Texas.
The eyes of Texas.
Around the Big 12, Texas Tech, Baylor, Oklahoma State, all vying for the Big 12 regular season title. Texas Tech looking to even the series against TCU. They lead 7-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Oklahoma State looking to take the first 2 against Baylor. Thumped the Bears last night, and in the top of the 8th, they have a 5-4 lead. First game between Kansas and Kansas State. It's a 10-0 win for the Jayhawks. And that's the series that we were really keeping an eye on, especially coming into this series, because the situation was Texas could get into the Big 12 tournament with the sweep against OU, or by taking 2 of 3, plus Kansas sweeping Kansas State. And with that, Stevens has tied his career high for innings pitched with 2 1/3.
You know, Ford looked like he got that, but you can look at that breeze right now. It's really picked up. I think it was held up. Hit it right into the teeth of it.
Yeah, because off the bat, it sure looked good. See Tristan Stevens out there taking some deep breaths. Just 34 pitches, but Kupacek still getting loose.
Well, he has tied his season high with 2 1/3 innings of work.
Texas flipped the script on OU, taking the lead in the first, with 2 runs in the bottom of the first frame. Another hot shot up the middle. This one will find center. Second single of the night for Briley Way.
He's having a day. 4 hits in game 1.
6 total. 7 base hits in the series.
First pitch strike to Brady Lindsley. Back-to-back singles. Part of this OU lineup has been fantastic. That's the second single tonight for Lindsley.
4 for 12 in the series for Lindsley.
He is homered as well.
So Stevens was able to get out of the trouble that Fields got into. Can he get out of the trouble that he finds himself in with 1 out? Fouled out of play to the right. Oh, off the construction site, back in to the concourse for a souvenir, and the DJ has him. Wooka, wooka, wooka. Another one back in that same direction. Uh-oh, we got to fight. Oh, come on. Come on. Give it to the lady.
I think he's going to throw it up here.
I'm going to throw it to somebody. Oh, see, he's with an organization, I believe. Ripped the ball away from the lady to find someone wearing his uniform. Not cool.
There is a discussion about it, though.
1-2 to right field, 3rd straight hit. Ware will hold up, bases loaded, 1 out. Justin Mitchell with his first hit of the evening.
It's a good location.
No doubt.
Down and away, just goes out and gets it.
And Tyler Hardman now represents the tying run.
And he has been their big RBI guy all year long. I believe that we're going to have a pitching change here.
Kubicek time. As Pierce makes the signal, Kubicek gets 1 more toss in and out of the bullpen gate. So bases loaded. Starting the show talking about what's on the line for Texas. They know they're not going to the Big 12 tournament, but playing for pride right now. Playing for the name on the front of the jersey, playing to get to 500 for the season. And this is a big moment that will determine if they are able to get to that point.
Well, yeah, you got a 4-run lead, bases loaded, 1 out. You got a chance right here to get out of this inning and keep the 4-run lead or make it very interesting right now. So, yeah, it's been a interesting game as far as Tristan Stevens coming in this game. He pitched well. We saw Cam Fields throw. Ty Madden started. So it's right now at a point in this ball game to where it could go either way with 1 swing of the bat.
You know, guys, all season long we sit here and we get to do that. And there's so many people that were over the course of the next couple innings. I want to thank the guys that are outside. They're always in the element. We'll thank our cameraman, but I want to thank the guys, you two guys, for this year, and our guys in the truck, all the guys that are down there, Brad and Drew before he left.
Noah, there's Noah.
Yeah, you see all of them. I want to thank all of them, Shelly, everybody that helped us.
Took a foul ball off the leg today for us.
You know, you can see him right there, Joe. Corny out in center. We get, a lot of guys. Paul, Bobby, just Michael, everybody for
for making us look good.
Yeah, they do a fantastic job, and the work that goes on in the truck to make sure we sound right and everything comes out right. They work a lot harder than we do sitting here in this seat.
We get to show up a couple hours beforehand, watch BP, and go, and these guys
absolutely.
And gals are here for long hours, getting everything set up, getting everything broken down. Yes, on both ends of when we go on air. So heartfelt thank you and appreciation to our entire crew here at Longhorn Network. You guys have made it go since day one, and it's been a pleasure to work with everybody this year. So best crew in the business right here on LHN, and Texas looking like the type of Texas team that we expected to see at the beginning of the season, the way the team performed in the first half of the season. And this is what it's about now, going out on the right foot, having a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. And this is another high-leverage moment. Colby Kubicek, freshman from Bryan, will come in with the bases loaded and one out. He's got a tough opponent in Hardman.
Oh, yeah. We've seen him leave the yard already in the series. Fastball slider changeup from Colby. Look to see something off speed right here, first pitch.
Can't get that over. Falls behind 1-0 to Hardman. Kubicek with his first outing of the month. Last pitch against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, allowing 2 earned runs and 1 in a third.
Good hitter's pitch coming right here. You got a pitch to work with. You can zone out. Got to keep this ball down.
Fouled back, 2-2.
Got away with it.
Had some late run. He was on the inner half. Has had some late run to get even more in.
Strikeout looking with the bases loaded, 2 down.
Breaking ball from Colby right here. Paints the outside. Gets the call.
First pitch away from Zaragoza. Kubicek coming in for Stevens. Stevens got hit with 3 straight singles to the right side. What was awesome upon entering the game in the 5th with runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Kubicek falls behind 2-0 to Zaragoza. Was driven in a run on a sac fly to center. And it's 3-0. Nowhere to put Brandon Zaragoza. Guy that's hitting only 133 with the bases loaded. Four-pitch walk, add a run for the Sooners, and that brings up the go-ahead run.
David Pierce back out to the mound.
New pitcher entering for the Longhorns.
Always a teaching moment. I think David Pierce was taking that time to do just that. We'll give you the new pitcher when we come back. Oklahoma threatening.
The eyes of Texas are upon
Cole Quintanilla entering for the first time this series. He comes in with bases loaded, 2 outs. Oklahoma has just scored a run on the bases loaded walk to Brandon Zaragoza. Quintanilla with a 4.06 ERA, 2-1 on the season. 41 strikeouts, 9 walks.
Each relief pitcher that's entered the game tonight, the first batter they faced, they've struck out. So they need one right here.
Yes, they do.
And it's going to be the former Longhorn, Brady Harlan. Started his career at Texas. Played 1 season. Did not make the team the following year. Was a student here, got his degree. Skip Johnson had a relationship with him. The call was made. Harlan, a grad transfer with 2 seasons of eligibility for OU. First pitch ball from Quintanilla. Last saw him Tuesday against Incarnate Word. Went an inning, striking out 2, allowing 1 hit, no runs. And it's 2-0. Here's a strike from Quintanilla. To left field. Kennedy going back and makes the catch after a long run right at the 370 marker. Wow, Texas will hold on to the lead. Time to stretch it out and take a deep breath. Texas is up by 3. Time for the Cotton Eye Joe here at UFCU Disch-Falk Field. Final game for Texas baseball in the 2019 season. Longhorns got a big out there with the bases loaded. We'll hold on to this 3-run lead. Pitching change for the Sooners. For the second time today, we will see the freshman Wyatt Olds. He got the final 3 outs in the first game of the doubleheader.
Another big arm. Fastball slider, mid-90s with the fastball. May not be as fast, already throwing a little bit this afternoon. 25+ innings, just 24 hits. 35 strikeouts in those 25+.
Did not face any of the Longhorns currently in the lineup. 3 batters he went up against. Bryson Smith, Bryce Regan, Turner Gant. Did face Duke Ellis, and Austin Todd correct that to wrap it up. Zubia leading off here in the 7th.
Add here. Texas scored in the first 4 frames, have not scored in the last 2. All of a sudden, 3-run game. Find a way to add a couple here.
How about getting a quick one?
Like a first pitch dinger?
Boom.
Are you calling it?
No.
A little tardy on that. Second pitch?
No. Didn't say it had to be Zach. Let's get a quick one.
Inside Tua. What's next in the development of Zach Zubia?
Well, I think he's got ball strike recognition is one of the things that he's done pretty well on.
Nice play by Zaragoza, coming to his feet to make the throw. Not in time. The wheels of Zach Zubia. That was an excellent play by Zaragoza, though.
I think sometimes Zach forgets to breathe running down that line. He's getting after it, getting down this line. A good stop right there by Zaragoza. Uses the long hop. Watch Zach gets by that bag, and then all of a sudden, whew.
I do enjoy watching Zach Zubia run. One of the best quotes that I heard from a Texas player this season is at the beginning of the year, he was asked about what he liked the most about this lineup and the team speed, and he said that everybody in the lineup can score from first. Well, at least everybody but me. McCann, the beautiful bunt, close play at first. Heck of a play by Briley Ware, but that moves up Zubia to scoring position.
Good execution by Michael McCann.
Austin Todd is 2 for 3. A couple of singles up the middle. Another up the middle, but this is gloved by Olds. Makes the throw to first, and it's 2 down.
Become a defender after you release the pitch.
So
looked at Zubia.
So McKenna back there in position if it gets by Olds. Good job fielding his position.
Ryan Reynolds now with 2 outs. 2-run home run to his credit. Made it a 5-0 lead. Olds working away. Ball 1. Gets away from Mitchell. Zubia moves up 90. Wild pitch issued to Wyatt Olds.
You're setting away, and the guy's got a good arm and throws it in under the hitter where you got to go across, a left-handed hitter. Really difficult to get your glove to the ball.
And it's 3-0.
Green light. Taken all the way.
Three-one delivery from Olds. Reynolds swinging through it. Ringer count 4.
Ball started in the middle and sort of ran out of the zone.
So 2-1 as Tate Shaw comes to the plate for what could be his final at-bat as a Texas Longhorn. And a long run of that last name in the Texas starting lineup will come to an end tonight. Seamless transition from Colin to Tate. Brothers from Westlake. Hard-nosed players, guys that play the game the right way. Hold that thought as Skip Johnson comes out to the mound. When you go up in a situation like this, if you're Tate Shaw, are you thinking at all about the finality, knowing that this may be your last time to hit here at the Dish?
Yeah, I really, that's an interesting question because you're still in a part of the game and you're playing the game. Now, if this was Texas was trailing, it was the bottom of the 9th, yeah, I think that would be good, but it's still the bottom of the 7th. You know, good things can happen, so you're probably thinking maybe it's the last one, but
not sure.
Not sure, so.
Well, if it is, make it a good one.
Yes.
First pitch strike. Both of Tate's parents graduated from Texas. Brother Colin as well. Fouls that back. And it's 0-2.
Had a pitch to hit right there, too. Couldn't quite get on top of it.
Swinging through that. Wyatt Olds with the punch out with 2 on. We go to the 8th. 3-run lead by the Longhorns.
Don't look.
6-3 lead for Texas. The final game of the 2019 season. Duke Ellis 3 for 3. Ryan Reynolds with a 2-run home run that gave the Longhorns a 5-0 lead. Oklahoma has had their moments. Tristan Stevens did an excellent job out of the pen in the 5th. The Sooners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. They got the 3 outs. So Texas now going into the final 2 innings, trying to get the win and finish at 500. Here's Cole Quintanilla. It's a quick pitch. McKenna wasn't ready for that, but it missed to make it 1-0. Quintanilla coming back with a strike.
The 8th inning so many times is harder than the 9th. You got 9-1-2 due here. Get this 9th place hitter before you get back to the top of the sooner order here in the 8th inning.
Breaking ball in there for strike 2. And McKenna is down on strikes. First strikeout of the night for Cole Quintanilla.
Sometimes, said it before, you can hang them enough. Up in the zone, breaks down below the bat.
He didn't like where it was, but he liked the result.
Starts off Vujovic outside, ball 1. Vujovic is 0 for 3. Has also drawn a walk. To Tate Shaw. And the Tater is there for the second out.
I think the last game of the year in your time, does somebody work a chart? Is pitcher charting the game?
We got one?
I don't know. Yeah, I think
you have to, just to go back and see for pitch count purposes.
I think Bryce is right there, right on the top step. You can see him on the corner right there, and he's charting the game. Keep those charts for future scouting reports.
Yeah.
I've never met a starting pitcher that liked that job. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Does anybody like that job?
No,
Or you just have to do it.
Well,
someone's got to do it.
Nowadays in the big leagues, they have people do it for you. But back in the day, you did them yourself.
3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Hibbler, Kennedy, and Ellis.
Ball on Longhorn Network is brought to you by Toyota. Save big at Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Visit buyatoyota.com.
Final game of the season here at UFCU Disch-Falk Field. Will be no postseason for the Longhorns. Trying to take one, though, against OU to wrap it up on a positive note. Finish right at 500. Great group of the offseason. Will be the first time that David Pierce has missed the NCAA postseason in his career as a head coach. He's a competitor. We'll get these guys ready to go for 2020. And another run for the postseason. Mason Hibbler, senior, leading off. Could be the final time that Hibbler steps in the box in his Texas career. And the guy that has done everything that David Pierce and his staff has asked. Arrived on campus, looking for a shot in the middle. Had Clemens and Hamilton there. They had it locked down. So Hibbler plays left. Does a good job there. Also saw him get some time at first base. He's played second base in his career. And shortstop for the second half of this season. Only offer out of high school was Odessa College. He developed there, matured. And David Pierce and the Longhorns came calling. Hibbler to right. Harlan with the run. And will make the catch. Skip Johnson makes the call to the bullpen. We'll have a pitching change here with one out, bottom of the 8th. Bringing in the 7th OU pitcher.
Going forward to next week, you look forward for Oklahoma. They will not play again until Wednesday. They'll probably spend the night here. They're not going to bust back tonight after the game, so they were scheduled to spend the night here with the game being moved up from tomorrow to this afternoon. And so you're going to get guys a chance to work because tomorrow's going to be basically an off day where you have a 6-hour bus ride. And then you look forward in the Big 12. We know the 8 teams that will be there. At this point, that's where they are right there. Of course, things can change at this point.
Especially with the way that Oklahoma State's playing against Baylor.
Well, they beat them again tonight, 5-4.
Well, then Oklahoma State has it half a game behind the Bears in reality with the game that was between Texas and them. But Tech moves into, with their win today over TCU, they move into the first base spot. So it's going to be very fluid going through tomorrow. Well, through tomorrow, because the Kansas State-Kansas game will play Sunday, but it will not be a factor in the top 3 positions in the Big 12.
Ryan Madden, the new pitcher, 6'3" senior. And big for Baylor. Their hopes to host a regional.
Yeah,
it could hinge on
very much
being
so.
First place in the Big 12. Had some good crowds this season here at the Dish.
Absolutely.
Electric with LSU in town.
Record crowd against Texas A&M.
Record weekend against Texas
Tech. Good crowd with Arkansas in town for 2 games. Kennedy to right field. Will this hold up? Another one holds up with the wind blowing from right to left. Thought Ford may have one. I thought Kennedy had one there.
Oh, got up there just as good as Ford's did. The breeze must slowed down a little bit as well.
I concur. I think both of them were held in the park.
Duke Ellis, it's been a perfect night, 3 for 3. Also a stolen base to stay perfect in that department. First pitch strike. Double to left. 2 singles and a walk. Look out, OU dugout. Got in on Ellis.
With a piece of wood, that he's going to get another one. Stay in on him and change speed. See if he doesn't try to sneak one away from Ellis here.
Up the middle. And 4 for 4. Perfection continues for Ellis. He's thinking about 2. He had a slam on the brakes. Gave Treadaway something to think about out there in center field.
He gets by Madden off his glove. Still gets up the middle, dude. Thinking possibly right there. Oh, I better stay here.
May not be there long, though.
16 for 16. Last time up, Lance Ford took one to right field. Looked good off the bat, but like the shot that we saw from Kennedy, hung up in the wind. Fell into the glove of Harlan. A check on Ellis. How about another? Word is out, Ellis is fast. Pitch out. Ellis was not going anywhere.
You don't see many back-to-back pitch outs at any level. But as a hitter, I'm thinking I'm going to get fastball right here.
Ellis looking to make it 17-17, and he does. What a night for Duke Ellis. Wreaking havoc at the plate and on the bases.
I got a good pitch to run. It was a changeup.
Covers a lot of ground quickly with those long strides. 100% for Duke Ellis. And this is junior season. 2-1 for Ford. To center. Treadaway got a beat on it and brings it in. But the Longhorns 3 outs away from ending the season with a W. Texas 3 outs away from taking down OU. The finale of this series. It's a 6-3 lead for the Longhorns as we go to the 9th inning. Cole Quintanilla back on the mound for the Longhorns. Strung together 8 hits. The extra bases have been huge with the home runs from Hebler and Reynolds. Also helps starting with the lead. And for the first time this series, Texas has played with the lead and has not trailed in this game after putting up a 2-spot in the bottom of the first and scoring all 6 runs in the first 4 innings of the game. Will it be enough for Quintanilla against 3, 4, and 5 of this OU lineup? First pitch strike to Bradley Ware. He's got 2 singles to his name this evening. Also has scored twice. Knapp misses to make it 1-1. All 3 runs scored by 1, 2, 3 in this OU lineup. Vujovic, Treadaway, and Ware.
Trying to mix in a change up there.
You might have spiked the breaking ball.
Really slowed down his motion.
Not really time to be working on something.
Nope, wouldn't think.
Ware elevates to do some damage and does. Briley Ware makes it a 2-run game with his 2nd home run of the day.
Well, we talked about holding it up to right, helping a little bit to left. He gets the ball up, gets it on the barrel of the bat. Gets a good extension. Get it up, that breeze is going to help it. Just kept pushing it away from Duke Ellis. Gets out of the ballpark.
He scored all 3 of their 4 runs.
That's the 5th home run today in the doubleheader by the Oklahoma offense. 2 from Ware, 1 by McKenna, Lindsley, and Hardman. And it's 2-0 to Lindsley.
Stay right there. You can do a lot with that. Go right back in there again.
Two to left, Kennedy. Taking a couple of steps in, and it's 1 down. First pitch strike to Justin Mitchell. Mitchell wants time and is granted.
Did the same thing last at bat.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. Texas 1 out away.
The breaking ball fools Mitchell right there.
Couldn't check. Had already committed.
Quintanilla trying to get Texas out of here with a win to wrap up the 2019 season. That misses somewhere to Hardman. Season that started off with so much promise, sweeping the series against LSU, running an absolute gauntlet in the early season. Top 25 teams left and right: LSU, Stanford, Texas Tech, Arkansas, TCU. Those were all back to back to back to back to back series. Texas came out of that with a winning record against those teams. Really started to turn around, though, in the first game of the series against TCU on the road. Texas lost a lead late. And from there on, Texas struggled in close games. And that ends the season on a positive note. Quintanilla with back-to-back strikeouts, ensuring that Texas will not finish the season with a losing record. A 500 finish for the Longhorns, and an end to a run for some fantastic seniors. Tate Shaw, Mason Hibbler, Michael McCann, Mateo Boki, some of the standouts playing their final game here at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Hibbler with a home run in his final day, and you just look back at what ifs sometimes is how you look at it, but came back in the final game, found a way to get back to 500, and played with some pride in the last day, and actually played this game like they would like to. Played with a lead. I think that was so important. They couldn't get that done in the first or second game of this series.
Yeah, obviously not the result you're looking for the season-wise, but I think with what they have and the arms they have, a lot of growing pains. Yeah, you're going to lose. You're going to lose some seniors, and that'll be emotional for some of those players. But yeah, you got the 500. I mean, that's all after the way the weekend started yesterday and the first game today. You could ask for. Play with pride. You got Texas across your chest. Go out there, try to win it, and finish at a 500 clip, and they did that.
Got some talented young arms that are coming back. If they make a leap, you know you have the arm talent there. Could be a solid squad for David Pierce and these Longhorns next season. Eric Kennedy will be back for his sophomore campaign. Have to see what happens with David Hamilton with the draft coming up, coming off the Achilles injury. No guarantee that he returns. DJ Petrinsky will, though, have the medical red shirt coming off the shoulder issue and will return for the Longhorns. So no reason why this Texas team cannot bounce back and make another run next season.
Well, you got to pitch well. You got to play defense. That was the two things that really pushed Texas to Omaha last season. This season, defense went away from them, and the young arms
struggled with strike
zone. So yeah, if they can mature and you get better in the field, anything can happen.
As it stands tonight, Texas will miss out on the Big 12 tournament as they finish last of the Big 12 standings. That conference title is still up for grabs. It will not be determined tonight. Big 12 tournament starts Wednesday in Oklahoma City. Texas wrapping up the season at 500. Guys, as always, it's fun sitting here with a couple of Texas legends and listen to you guys and your depth of knowledge about the sport. It's been a pleasure to be with you guys for the season once again up here in the booth.
It's been our pleasure. It's not the year that we anticipated, but you go back, I really, you got to be proud of this club finding a way to come back and win the last game of the year, even though they didn't have anything to play for.
So for our entire crew, it was an excellent season working with everybody. We appreciate all the hard work and dedication that everybody puts into these Texas baseball broadcasts on Longhorn Network. For Greg and Keith and our entire crew, I'm Lo Galindo. Thank you so much for watching Texas baseball on LHN.